People see this view and they ask the same question. Why would you leave this? And I understand. The lake, the view, the scenery, the wildlife, the activities that happen on the lake. But sometimes downsizing after 60 isn't only about leaving a beautiful house. Sometimes it's about leaving a beautiful place that no longer quite fits the life that you're trying to build. So in this video I want to talk about that, not in a dramatic way, not as a complaint, but part of this larger process for building and making room for the next chapter. Because sometimes people can see what you're leaving, but they can't see exactly what you're moving toward. And if you relate to this idea of building a more thoughtful, creative life after age 60, please consider subscribing and follow along in this journey. This has been a beautiful place to live. The lake changes every day. In summer there are boats and ducks and people out on the water. In winter the lake becomes something else entirely, quiet, frozen, almost like another landscape. There have been mornings when the light on the water felt like a gift before the day even started. And I know as a creative person, this has inspired me. But beauty is not the whole story. A place can be beautiful, but not quite right for the next chapter of our life. There are practical reasons behind most moves. There are personal reasons. There are reasons connected to our energy, the location, money, family, health, timing, and the simple reality of what home requires from you. We're not leaving because this place stopped being beautiful. We're leaving to build a more creative life. We're moving towards something that's smaller, and that will come with challenges. I know just from my art studio, that's going to be a challenge, fitting everything I've got from my art studio space now to a slightly smaller art studio / office space. But we're also moving closer to the places that we enjoy, closer to family, closer to history, closer to places like Plymouth, Cape Cod, outer Boston area, places that feel more connected to us. And that's always pulled at me, and this is why we're moving to that location. And at this point in life, those things matter too. A beautiful view like this, it matters, but so too does family, and the places and activities we want to be around, the creativity that we also find in those places that we're moving toward. And downsizing can look like loss, but it can also be a way of choosing less weight, choosing less upkeep, choosing a place that fits the body, the energy, the creativity, the budget, and the life you're living now. A smaller home does not mean a smaller life. And in some ways I'm hoping it creates more room, more creativity, more space in the mind, less to worry about, less to manage, more room for art, family history, the ancestry studies I do, writing, and the stories waiting to be told. Maybe you too have had to leave a place that others felt were perfect for you. Maybe you've made a decision that seemed strange from the outside, but inside you knew it was right. Other people may see what we're leaving, but they can't see what we're moving toward. So no, this is not easy, and I'll miss this beautiful view. But I also trust that the next chapter has its own kind of beauty. Not this same beauty, not this lake, not this quiet, but something different, something more fitting, something smaller, something more us. And maybe that's part of building a life after 60, knowing that we can carry some of this with us, bring this into our creative minds, and not have to physically live in this space, but appreciating and understanding the beauty that this has given us, even when we can't keep the place itself. If you've ever had to leave a place that people thought was absolutely beautiful, I'd like to know your story and how that felt, how you felt in the transition of moving from an ideal, just absolutely beautiful place to something that was not quite the same. We're not leaving because this place isn't beautiful. We're leaving because beauty is only one part of what makes a life feel like home. Thanks so much for watching and for experiencing this real-time move and this last phase of a beautiful scenery like this. My videos going forward will be more interior in my art studio in the new location. That's happening very soon. You've been seeing a lot of it as I'm downsizing and moving things around and condensing things. We will keep on this journey. I will be collecting more video as we go, and we'll be getting more videos soon during this move, but maybe more likely after the move. Thanks again for watching.